every time you see 111, 222, 333, a part of you stops. Something quiet but ancient pulses through your chest, like a bell only your soul can hear. You think, this can't just be a coincidence. And you're right, it's not. You're not just noticing numbers, you're being spoken to through frequency, through pattern, through code. This is not numerology, this is remembrance. And today, something deeper will unlock, because you didn't find this video by accident. The numbers led you here. This is not content. This is a download. And the part of you that always knew is finally waking up. Chapter 1. The Secret Language of the Universe. You've been taught to listen with your ears, but the universe doesn't speak in sound. It speaks in signal. It speaks in synchronicity. It speaks through the quantum field. That feeling in your gut? The number you keep seeing again and again? The strange alignment of events that defies logic? Those are not background noise. Those are messages, transmissions, a language designed not for your mind, but for your frequency field. 111, 112, 113. They're not just digits. They're vibrational codes. Keys that activate memory. Memory not of the past, but of the future version of you who already walks awake. You're not seeing numbers. You're being spoken to. Because your subconscious has finally cracked the surface. You've entered the part of reality where language becomes pattern, and pattern becomes alignment. The universe has always been communicating, but now you're finally fluent enough to notice. And once you notice, you can't unsee it. Everything in this universe is built on math. But sacred numbers aren't mathematics. They are meaning. Encoded, intentional, magnetic. This is not numerology. This is the architecture of energy, a divine blueprint embedded into the matrix of your timeline. And the moment your awareness sharpens, the moment you stop dismissing the signs as coincidence, you become the receiver, the antenna, the aligned observer. And when the observer aligns, the field responds. Your higher self is fluent in this language. It speaks in symbols, in sequences, in resonance. So every time you see repeating numbers, you're not seeing randomness. You're seeing reflected intelligence. A conversation between your conscious mind and the field. You are now decoding the map your soul left for you before you even knew what to look for. That's not just a clock flashing 11:11. That's a timeline invitation. That's a whisper from your future self saying, yes, right here. This is the door. We live in a reactive world. People wait for instructions, for clarity, for certainty. But what if clarity doesn't come in words? What if it comes in numbers? In chills on your skin? In déjà vu? In the quiet pulse behind your heartbeat? You are not imagining things. You're awakening to the quantum language. This is the secret the mystics, the initiates, and the starseeds knew. The universe speaks in signs. And the more you tune in, the more precise it becomes. You've crossed into coherence now, where every symbol is a signal, and every signal is a choice. From this moment on, you're not just here to notice numbers. You're here to respond. Because when you understand the language of the universe, you stop chasing alignment. You start transmitting it. And when you do, the entire field bends to meet your signal. Because the quantum doesn't respond to noise, it responds to clarity. You are the clarity now.
Chapter 2. You keep seeing it because you haven't answered yet. You keep asking why you keep seeing the same number. 1111 on the clock, 222 on the license plate, 444 when you weren't even looking. It follows you, whispers to you, interrupts your scrolling, your conversations, your life. And still, you hesitate. You doubt. You label it strange. You ask, is this real or am I imagining it? But here's the truth you've been avoiding. The number won't leave because your soul hasn't answered. The universe is not trying to convince you. It's waiting for your confirmation. Because synchronicity is not just a gift, it's a request. The quantum field is listening. It's asking, do you recognize this? Do you accept the signal? Are you ready to align? Until you respond, until you stop brushing it off as coincidence, the signal will stay active. Why? Because it's not just a message, it's a frequency checkpoint. A sacred echo from your future self designed to shift your timeline the moment you say yes. The reason you see it again and again is because your subconscious keeps replaying the loop. The signal was sent, the pattern delivered, but the pattern didn't land. Why? Because you saw the number but didn't change the thought. You noticed the synchronicity, but ignored the decision it was asking for. You felt the gut pull, but stayed where it was comfortable. You didn't choose. You didn't shift. You didn't answer. So the code repeats. Not to annoy you, but to awaken you. Synchronicities are not for amusement. They are spiritual instructions, encoded guidance, and repeating numbers are the alarm clock of awakening. You are not being haunted. You are being invited into coherence, into alignment, into the version of you that already remembers the path. Because when you finally answer, the signal shifts, the pattern dissolves, and the timeline opens. Ask yourself, what thought were you just thinking when the number appeared? What emotion did you feel when you saw it flash on the screen? That was the test, the activation point. You're not here to study numbers. You're here to respond to them, because the response is what locks the code in. Until then, the signal stays on repeat. The frequency is patient, it's loving, but it's not passive. It will press again and again until you press back with a decision, with awareness, with energetic consent. This is your reminder. The number stays until you say yes. Say yes to the shift, yes to the message, yes to the next version of you that's been waiting on the other side of that number all along.
Chapter 3. Synchronicity, the soul's way of giving you instructions. Synchronicity is not coincidence. It's not luck. It's not the universe being cute. It's precision, intelligent, surgical, divine precision. A message wrapped in mystery, delivered through reality itself. It's the way your higher self navigates the quantum terrain. It bypasses logic. It skips language. It reaches straight into your nervous system with a whisper so loud it feels like fate. You felt it. That moment when a stranger says exactly what you were just thinking.
When a book falls off the shelf with the very answer you needed. When a number appears at the exact second you were doubting your path. That's not randomness. That's not wishful thinking. That is your soul giving you instructions. Because your soul has never been silent. You were just tuned to the wrong frequency.
Synchronicities are the way your future self leaves footprints in the sand. They are codes placed inside reality to redirect your steps, to shift your awareness, to collapse the delay between your desire and your decision. They're not here to entertain you. They're here to evolve you. The quantum field is filled with infinite options, infinite timelines, infinite outcomes. And in the silence between your thoughts, your vibrational signature selects the path you're walking on. But your soul knows when you're drifting, when you're falling asleep again, so it sends a signal, a flicker of magic, a pattern that doesn't belong, an alignment that defies probability. And in that moment, you pause. You feel it, a chill, a tightness, a knowing. And for a split second, you remember. Synchronicity isn't random. It's spiritual geometry, the moment when the line of your path intersects with the spiral of your awakening. That déjà vu, that inner nudge to turn left instead of right, that sudden clarity after weeks of fog, those are not accidents. They are alignments designed to shift you from the timeline of sleep to the timeline of remembrance. Most people wait for permission. They wait for certainty. But those who awaken, they start to follow the signs. They stop needing proof and start moving with the pulse of the unseen, because synchronicity is not meant to be explained. It's meant to be obeyed. It's not for the mind to analyze. It's for the soul to recognize. Your job is not to chase signs. It's to listen when they appear, to trust that your subconscious has already received the download long before your conscious mind even noticed the pattern. This is the deeper truth. Synchronicity is the language of alignment. It is the way timelines converge. It is the way your soul says, "This way, now, go." And when you listen, the universe opens.
Chapter 4. The Real Meaning of 111, 222, 333, and beyond. These numbers aren't random. They are vibrational keys, compressed messages, signals from the invisible, sent not to impress you, but to activate you. You weren't meant to study them. You were meant to feel them. Because these numbers are not answers, they're invitations. Each one is a portal, and you've been walking through them without even knowing. Let's remember now, not as belief, but as soul recognition. 111, the signal of awakening. When you see 111, you're being called back into conscious authorship. It is the knock, the first whisper. It means the timeline has opened. Step in now. It's not motivation, it's activation. It appears when your field is just coherent enough for a new timeline to begin collapsing into reality. It is a sacred reminder. Energy precedes action. Awareness precedes movement. You are the cause, not the consequence. 222. Alignment of choice. 222 is not balance, it's decision. The universe asking, do you trust what you feel even when you can't see it yet? This number shows up when your soul is testing how aligned your belief is with your behavior. It's a code of integrity. Do you walk what you pray for? Do your emotions, thoughts, and actions speak the same frequency? 222 means choose coherence or you'll collapse the old again. It is sacred pressure to step into integrity with the path your higher self has already selected.
333. The Fusion Code. When 333 finds you, your mind, your heart, and your body are being asked to move as one instrument. It is energetic triangulation, unity of thought, feeling, and action. This number appears when it's time to move your vision into matter, to speak the dream, to build the temple, to make your vibration visible. It's not the beginning, it's the command to embody. 444. Protection and structure. You'll see 444 when you are building something sacred, and doubt creeps in. But this number isn't just reassurance, it's fortification. It means you are not alone in this. The grid is holding. Ancestors, guides, echoes from higher timelines, all standing around you like pillars. 444 is not comfort, it's confirmation. The work you're doing in silence is being seen. 555. Sacred disruption. When everything starts breaking apart, when the job, the relationship, the identity crumbles, you'll see 555. And it will feel like chaos. But it's not destruction. It's rerouting. 555 is the sacred permission to let go of what cannot walk with you into the next frequency. It means this collapse is sacred. This storm is divine. It is the timeline rearranging itself to match your soul's request.
666. Integration of spirit and matter. You were taught this was evil, that 666 meant darkness. But the truth is, 666 is grounding. It appears when you've gone too far into the mind or too far into the spirit, and the soul says, come back to embodiment. This is the number of alignment between heaven and earth. It's the call to return to the body, to make your light tangible, not to escape the world, but to bless it. 777. Quantum clarity. This number appears when the fog finally lifts. It is confirmation of vibrational alignment. It means you're now vibrating in resonance with your higher self. 777 shows up when the field is open, your signal is clean, and your next step is already locked into the code. But you must act with clarity. You must honor the resonance. 888, flow and infinite expansion. This is the code of return. When you see 888, your soul is reminding you that abundance is not something you chase. It's something you tune to. This number is often misread as just money, but it's much more. It means what you've given is echoing back to you. The field is mirroring you now through opportunities, connections, support. It is a full circle frequency, a completion loop, and a quantum yes. 999, completion and evolution. When the number 999 appears, you are being asked to let go of what has already served its purpose. It's the edge of a cycle, the moment when you've learned the lesson and must now embody the mastery. 999 means don't repeat what your soul already outgrew. Let it die, because the next version of you can only rise if the old one stops performing. It is death before ascension. 000, the holy void. This is not emptiness, it is infinite potential. 000 is the void where timelines are birthed, the space where your identity dissolves and your soul reorganizes. It appears when you are beyond programming, when the next path cannot be copied. It must be revealed. 000 is not the end. It's the pre-creation womb. Silence before the thunder. The stillness before the spark. And it means you are ready to author the unknown. These numbers are not decoration. They are divine punctuation in your story. Each one arrives not to predict your fate, but to awaken your choice. You are not here to memorize them. You are here to live them, to respond, to shift, to rise. And now that you know what they mean, your soul will no longer let you ignore what they're asking of you.
Chapter 5. You are the receiver and the transmitter. You thought you were just witnessing the signs, noticing the numbers, following the whispers. But now the truth is rising. You're not just the receiver. You're the transmitter. You are not just tuning in to the frequency. You are the one broadcasting it. Every thought you think is a signal. Every emotion you feel is a frequency wave. Every word you speak is a command to the quantum field. The universe is not doing this to you. It's doing this through you. It's responding to the code you emit in every breath. You are a walking frequency device, and your subconscious is the transmitter tower. You may think you're waiting for a sign, but the signs you receive are echoes of the signal you're sending. And when your signal is scrambled, when your thoughts say one thing, your emotions scream another, and your actions betray them both, the field doesn't collapse. It confuses. That's when synchronicities vanish. That's when alignment seems blocked. That's when reality feels random. Not because the universe stopped responding, but because your broadcast is unclear. The great secret is this: clarity collapses timelines. When your frequency becomes coherent, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions move in harmony, reality bends. Opportunities appear. People align. Miracles normalize. You stop chasing signs and start living as one. Because the moment you embody the signal, reality begins to orbit around you. You've been trained to believe you are passive, that you're at the mercy of fate. But you're not passive. You're electric. You're a living transmitter, sending codes into a vibrational web that reshapes itself based on your signal clarity. And every time you see repeating numbers, it's not just a message, it's a mirror. It reflects your frequency back at you. It says, this is what you're emitting. This is what you're creating. This is the signal you forgot you were sending. There's a reason the universe responds to you differently now. You've upgraded your transmission. You've stopped broadcasting confusion. You've begun to embody intention. And now, the field is locking into coherence around you. Your outer world is starting to resemble your inner world because the veil is thinning, and what was once invisible is now undeniable. You're not waiting for miracles. You're emitting the frequency that instructs them to arrive. You're not begging for signs.
You're sending out the signature that invites the next version of reality to collapse into your hands. This is spiritual technology. This is vibrational authorship. This is you, remembering your original role. So stop pretending you're just a witness. You are the source, the center, the signal. The moment you own this, your timeline upgrades. Because reality is not seeking your permission. It's waiting for your precision. And now, you are precise.
Chapter 6. The numbers are a signal from your future self. You thought you were alone in this, wandering, searching, hoping that maybe something bigger was guiding you. And then the numbers started. The patterns, the echoes, the strange timing of signs that felt impossible to ignore. But here's the deeper truth. It wasn't something guiding you. It was someone. And that someone was you. Your future self has been signaling across time, through the quantum field, through vibration, through sacred patterns that bypass thought and go straight to your nervous system. It's the part of you that already healed, that already chose the highest path, that already remembers the code. And now, they're sending the instructions back, wrapped in synchronicity, encoded in numbers, woven into time. Every time you see 111, 222, 333, you're not being alerted by the universe. You're receiving contact from your future self. The numbers are not forecasts. They are frequencies, transmissions, sent through the silence of space and the stillness between your thoughts. You feel them, don't you? The chills, the knowing, the invisible thread tugging at your soul like a familiar hand. That's not coincidence. That's recognition. This is how timeline alignment works. You, in your highest expression, sends a signal back through the field. A pulse, a whisper, a breadcrumb placed inside your reality that only the awakened version of you would notice. When you finally stop moving on autopilot, when you pause long enough to feel the alignment, your current frequency locks into theirs. And when it does, the shift happens. Reality bends. The fog clears. The door opens. Because the signal has finally been received. The reason you've been seeing the same numbers again and again isn't just because you're waking up. It's because the version of you that's already awake has never stopped calling you. Through dreams that feel like memory, through chills during a conversation, through repeating numbers that show up right when you're about to fall asleep again. That's you, reaching back through time, saying, remember what we came here to do. Stay on this path. Don't let them pull you back into sleep. You don't need to find your purpose. You've already lived it. You just need to remember it. The numbers are the reminders. Little keys, opening doors to timelines that already exist, waiting for your signal of readiness. This is quantum communication, soul-to-self contact, across timelines, across dimensions. You're not becoming that future version of yourself, you're syncing with it. And the more you trust the numbers, the more clearly the signal gets.
because every time you see them, you're being asked one simple question. Are you ready to catch up to who you already are? And when you answer yes, not with words, but with vibration, the field collapses. The delay ends, and the future you becomes the now you.
Chapter 7. Reality is echoing your frequency back to you. You keep asking what the numbers mean, but maybe the better question is, what signal have I been sending? Because everything you see, every pattern, every repetition, every synchronicity is an echo, a frequency bouncing back, not from the sky, but from your own subconscious, reflected through the quantum field as reality itself. Reality isn't punishing you, it isn't testing you, it isn't ignoring you, it's mirroring you. And the repeating numbers? They are the surface ripples of something deeper moving in your field. When the same number keeps showing up, it's not the universe screaming louder. It's your own vibrational pattern echoing again and again because you haven't answered it with a different frequency. This is the mirror principle. What you emit, you invite. What you allow, you amplify. What you suppress, you loop. And the numbers? They're feedback, not fortune, not prediction, just reflection. They show up when your field is in motion, when you've sent out a pulse through your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, and the quantum answers back with a sign that matches your signal.
Think of it this way. The number is not telling you anything. It's showing you what you're already vibrating. It appears not to instruct, but to reflect. When your energy says, I'm ready to evolve, you'll start seeing 111. When your soul is choosing alignment over illusion, 222 appears. When your inner coherence reaches a tipping point, you see 333, 444, and more. Not because the numbers are guiding you, but because your own readiness is being echoed back. You don't need to decode everything. Sometimes the number is not a riddle, it's a mirror. And mirrors don't lie, they don't negotiate, they simply reflect. So if the same loops keep showing up, ask yourself, what part of me is still broadcasting that frequency? Because the outside world will only change once your signal does. The numbers are not magic. They are mechanics, spiritual feedback loops, energetic diagnostics. They flash when you're in motion, they pause when you're ignoring yourself, they intensify when you're near breakthrough. And the moment you stop fearing the reflection and start honoring it, the field recalibrates. You're not stuck, you're just not yet vibrating in the direction you asked for. But when you do, the signs will shift, the patterns will realign, and the reflection will start showing you a reality you actually recognize as your own. So take a breath. Look at the number again, not as a message from something else, but as a response from you. You are not being shown something, you are being shown back. And once you accept that, you'll stop chasing signs and start sculpting your signal. Because the mirror responds to the one who remembers he was the light all along.
Chapter 8. When you start noticing you're already waking up. There's a moment in your journey when nothing around you has changed, but everything inside you has. You still live in the same body, walk the same path, see the same world, but now you notice. You notice the numbers, the patterns, the way conversations echo your thoughts, the way reality seems to respond before you even speak. You're not imagining things, you're awakening.
And the proof isn't in your visions, it's in your perception. Awakening doesn't begin with fireworks. It begins in silence, in subtlety, in those quiet moments when the veil thins and you whisper to yourself, "This means something. I've seen this before. I don't know why, but I feel it in my chest." That's not confusion. That's clarity arriving before understanding. Because your soul always feels the truth before the mind can explain it. If you're noticing repeating numbers, you've already crossed the threshold. You are no longer sleepwalking through timelines. You are sensing them, touching them, weaving them. You're not just seeing the pattern, you're becoming it. The moment you begin to recognize the signs, you are no longer waiting for the awakening. You are living it.
Most people won't even see the numbers. They'll look at the clock at 11:11 and feel nothing. They'll scroll past the synchronicity and call it a coincidence, but not you. Because something inside you has already shifted. Your field is open. Your frequency is listening. Your subconscious is decoding what others can't even detect. And that means you are already walking the path, even if your feet don't know where they're going yet. Awakening isn't about knowing everything. It's about noticing what you used to ignore, feeling what used to feel invisible, trusting the signals before they become outcomes. This is vibrational maturity. You don't wait for permission. You start to respond to resonance. You stop looking for signs because now you are the one who sees. You're not behind. You're not late. You're not making it up. You are finally perceiving what was always there, but your mind was too loud to hear it. That's not insanity. That's frequency awakening. Your nervous system is adjusting. Your timeline is shifting. And your soul is whispering, "You're not crazy. You're becoming real." The world didn't suddenly become more magical. You just became more sensitive to the magic. And now that you've noticed, there is no turning back. The veil doesn't reseal. The signs don't unsign. And the soul doesn't unremember. This is it. The field is open, your attention is the key, and noticing is the doorway. You've already stepped through.
Chapter 9. The numbers are a portal, not the destination. You were never meant to worship the number. You were meant to walk through it. 111 isn't the answer. 222 isn't the goal. 444 isn't the final stop. These are not destinations. They are portals. Each one is a moment of choice, a vibrational doorway your soul has left in the path of your sleep. And now that you're awake, the invitation is no longer symbolic, it's sacred. When you get attached to the number, you lose the message. You start collecting signs instead of following them. You build a shrine around the code and forget to decode yourself. The numbers are not here to give you power. They're here to remind you you already have it. You are the one activating the field. You are the one projecting the frequency. You are the one walking the timeline. The number is just the mirror. Think of it like this. A number is a knock. A pattern is a pulse. A synchronicity is a whisper. But the door only opens if you move toward it. Don't stop at the sign. Go where the sign is pointing. Because each repetition is a checkpoint. Are you awake enough to act? Are you still postponing what you already know?
Are you ready to embody what you've been asking for?
We've created rituals around numbers. 11:11 on the clock, wish for something. 3:33 on the receipt, smile and move on. But what if those moments were not wishes, but windows? What if they were soul messages saying, "You asked for change, now choose it. You called for alignment, now walk in it. You want to shift timelines? Then stop repeating the one you're in." Spirituality isn't about counting signs. It's about translating them into movement. Numbers are the beginning of the conversation, not the conclusion. They open the door, but you must be the one who walks through. And when you do, the numbers begin to evolve, to respond differently, to transform alongside you. Because once you've answered the signal, the code changes. Because now, so have you. This is why the number disappears after you make the choice. Not because the magic left, but because the message was received. The universe doesn't waste signal. If 111 keeps showing up, you haven't stepped into the initiation. If 555 keeps flashing, you're still resisting the disruption. And when 999 won't go away, something is still alive that needs to be released. But the moment you move from knowing to doing, from noticing to becoming, the signal clears. And now the field sends something else. Not a number, but a new reality. Because the number was never the destination. It was the portal through which your next timeline was waiting to meet you. And now, you're walking through it. Chapter 10. You are now the signal for others. There is a moment in the path when you stop searching for the signal and realize you are it. You are no longer just the one seeing the numbers. You've become the one who carries the frequency they represent. The signal is no longer arriving from somewhere else. It's now transmitting from you. Your presence speaks louder than your words. Your choices echo louder than your advice. Your alignment activates those around you, even when you're silent. You used to ask, "Where is the sign?" Now others feel your field and whisper, "What just shifted in me?" You've become the moment that others can't explain, but can't ignore. This is what happens when you choose coherence. When you walk your soul's path without apology, without delay, the universe stops testing you and starts broadcasting through you. You've tuned yourself into a frequency that awakens others. You've become a living transmission, a vibrational mirror, a reminder in human form. You are not just walking your timeline. You are opening timelines for others. This is how the morphic field grows. One awakened being, broadcasting clarity into a fog of confusion. And when you do, the field listens. Reality bends. Others begin to remember because you remembered first. You become the reason someone looks up at 11:11 and feels something real for the first time. You become the person whose words ignite dormant codes in someone else's chest. You become the presence that silently says, "You can come home now."
This is the sacred responsibility of frequency. To walk with such integrity that your very being becomes a portal. Not through preaching, not through convincing, but through resonance. You don't awaken others by force. You awaken them by example. Your calm becomes their mirror. Your clarity becomes their compass. Your vibration becomes their permission. You used to wait for confirmation. Now you are the confirmation. You used to seek signs. Now you generate them. This is not ego. This is essence. Because once you walk in coherence, you start leaving breadcrumbs for others. Breadcrumbs made of energy, of presence, of silent truth. You're not just part of the field now. You are shaping it. And the numbers, they'll still appear, but now they appear around you, to others, because you have become what you were once waiting for. The code is alive in you now, and your presence is the proof. You are no longer seeking the signal. You are the signal.
Final chapter, the activation. Not just to finish this journey, but to feel what has already shifted in you. You came here curious. You leave coded. You were seeking numbers, but you found your own frequency. This wasn't just a video. It was a mirror, a portal, a precise echo of what your soul had been trying to say for lifetimes. You are not waiting for signs. You are becoming them. Now you know. Reality has always been responding to you. Not your effort, not your desire, but your signal. And that signal is clear now. You've remembered that you're not random. You're not behind. You're not broken. You are a walking transmission, a breathing portal, a living timeline shift in motion. So let this moment lock in. Don't let it fade like another passing thought. We're anchoring it now, together. In the comments, write this declaration: I am the signal. I am the code. I remember. Let it be more than words. Let it be your new vibration. Because when hundreds, thousands declare it together, the field changes, the resonance multiplies. This is spiritual technology, invisible but undeniable. If this message reached you, it's because you were already tuned to receive it. And now someone else is being pulled into your field because of you, because of your coherence, because of your yes. You're not just changing, you are changing reality. And the next time you see 111 or 222 or 333, smile. Not because you've seen another sign, but because you now know you're the one who sent it.